Hello everyone and welcome back. Today I'm going to review Cold West by Clayton Snyder. Bastard, killer, husband. His wife, cold in the ground and with 2 young sons to feed, Will Cutter turns to what he knows best, violence. But a bounty is never just a bounty, and blood is never spilled in drops. Forced to ever more violent acts, he'll have to ask himself, is hell too far to ride? So I read Cold West as a finalist for the self-published fantasy blog off round 9. We meet Will Cutter, who tells our story, and at the start his story is absolutely thick with grief. He's putting his wife in the ground and he's left with his 2 young sons to feed, which leads to perhaps some unwise choices. He has effectively left his violent past behind, but in desperate times he's tempted by one last bounty that his friend Kent brings to him. Will is loyal to a fault and absolutely certain in his convictions, and he has an immense drive to survive and seek revenge. He knows he's got a mean streak in him and he doesn't want his sons to end up like him. This is a fairly short read, but our characters still have space to leap off the page, especially Kent and Bloody Anne. Will's friendship with Kent is apparent after only a few pages, with the feeling of a weight of years building up that friendship and respect between the 2 of them. Bloody Anne is newer to them. She is snarky and clever, but they quickly fall into a rhythm that works for them. There is a good range of characters throughout, and each one generally stands out feeling vibrant and alive. The structure of this is really quite interesting. It is scattered with hallucinations and memories and flashbacks, often with no clear boundary. It makes for a chaotic and disjointed narrative, and it can be hard to find your place in it sometimes, but I found it worked really well as a reflection of Will's mental state. I do wish, however, we had a little bit more about the world and the magic, but at around 140 pages, the focus is very much on Will and his journey. The bits we saw of the world, though, were fascinating. There are areas that have been torn apart by magic where souls linger, and you really need to be careful. I really love a good magic system, and this one just teased. The fighting throughout is brutal, chaotic and messy. There is nothing pretty about the fight scenes. Every single fight is a fight to survive. This is starkly gory and violent, with lots of descriptions of injuries and bodies. It is so unapologetically violent, it's almost matter of fact, and there is so much vomit. But somehow throughout this, the writing is absolutely beautiful, and it is somehow wistfully introspective. This is certainly a tale of contradictions. And I've just got to point out that I loved the nods to other fantasy authors. Overall, it is a visceral and unforgiving story of how far someone will fall. For SPFBO, I gave this 8 out of 10. I would love to know your thoughts if you have read this. Thanks for watching, and I shall see you all soon.